guys, it's Roy here from RWoco12 and EpicDroid.com with a quick video today about all the cases that are currently available for the Galaxy S8 from our friends over at Caseology. Now, the first thing I want to point out is there are a lot of cases, there are a lot of options, and there is something in here for everyone. And if I had to pick one thing that I love about all of these cases, it would have to be the price range. All Caseology cases are super affordable, and they're not going to break the bank. They all will provide a decent amount of coverage for your device, and they do so at a super affordable price. So starting here at the right, we have the Vault 1, we have the Vault 2, we have the Coastline, the Fairmont, the Parallax, and the Legion. And each one of these, except for the original Vault, come in multiple colors. The original Vault just comes in black. But as far as price goes, we have the original Vault at $10, the Vault 2 at $10, we have the Coastline at $12, we have the Fairmont and the Parallax at $14, and then we have the Legion at $15. The level of protection goes up as the price goes up, but overall, I mean, for $15 you can get an awesome case, and down to $10 you can still get an awesome case. So we're going to start out, and we're just going to show you some quick highlights of each one of them, starting with the original Vault. So to put that on, super easy. It's just a flexible, slim TPU case. You're just going to slide your phone in, push it down around the corners, and presto, it's on. Now, the first thing I like about this case, other than the price, is the brushed metal texture. I really like that look on my case, but I really like the way they did it here, but not just there, but they also have this carbon fiber texture around the lens here, and I like the way that they did this. They did it in a little bit of a different way, and it's kind of hard to notice unless you're using it for a little bit. They made it so that this little piece here is centered on the case, but what they did to do that was they expanded this little piece here out, so it's a little bit wider than the one for the fingerprint scanner. So what I find is that when I'm going in here, if I'm hitting the wrong one, because I switch hands an awful lot, and so I'm often switching to the wrong side and putting my fingerprint on the lens and whatnot, but I just look for the shorter one, and presto, there's the fingerprint scanner, device is unlocked. I like that. It's a quick, easy way to tell which side you're supposed to be touching when you're using the fingerprint scanner. It's got some nice thick edges here, or thick corners, that provide a lot of great additional protection. When you're dropping it, it will give it that extra impact resistance, so it'll provide a lot of protection for the device. Putting it face down, there is a lip here that goes along the top and the bottom, so that if you were to set it face down, it does not rest directly on the screen, and it gives you some protection there. All of the buttons are fairly responsive. There's no issues there. You don't hear the click like you do normally, but they do give you that natural clickiness. You can still at least feel it. Here on the bottom, you have the cutouts. The cutout for the microphone and the speaker are nice and tight so that you don't get anything in there. You have a nice big cutout for your USB-C charging port as well as for your headphone jack. It's probably my favorite case so far from Caseology. I really like that one, and it's awesome that it's the cheapest one that they have. So the second case here is the Vault 2, and I really like the Vault 2 as well. And it's the same thing as the Vault 1, same type of body, just a flexible TPU. It doesn't have the extra bulk that it does here on the corner, so it's not going to provide you as much impact protection as the Vault 1 does, so when you're dropping that one on a corner, it gives you that extra resistance. But this is no slouch of a case. It's an awesome case all the way around. It gives you that same brushed metal texture, but it does it in a different pattern, so it goes diagonal instead of straight back and forth across. We lose the carbon fiber texture in the look right here, but they did retain the wider side over on this side and the narrower side for the fingerprint scanner, so it makes it a little bit easier to find. So all the buttons, they all maintain their clickiness as well. There's no issues using any of them. No problems whatsoever. But then we have the same thing here on the bottom with the cutouts. They're exactly the same size as the ones for the Vault. So you have your nice snug ones for the speaker and the microphone, extra large one for the charging port, as well as for the headphone jack. It's an awesome case. If I can't have the Vault 1, I'll definitely go with the Vault 2. And the Vault 2 comes in two different colors. It comes in burgundy, so you got this one, as well as a black color. So then we have the Coastline. Now, it looks almost like there's no case there because it is a semi-see-through case. It is a bumper case with a see-through back. Now, one thing I'm going to point out about this one, it is very, very much of a fingerprint magnet on the inside. Do not touch the inside. The back, it still attracts fingerprints, but nowhere near as bad as the inside. It does come with a protective piece of plastic inside and on the outside that you peel off before you put it on. Just make sure that you aren't touching the insides when you get that, and that you wipe the back of the device as well. Now, you put that on there. As you can see, goes on just like the Vault and the Vault 2. Now, this case does go for $12. Comes in two different colors, as frost gray and violet. The violet kind of looks like this one right here as far as that highlight around the corners. So that's a little bit of what you can expect with the violet one. So this here is the frost gray, and as you can see, again, it's pretty much the same as the Vault and the Vault 2. It is a little bit thicker. You have the same thing with the raised lip on the top and the bottom. So when you're resting it, it's not going to be resting on the screen. It does lose the indent that I liked around the side here, but it is a little bit more snug on the fingerprint scanner side, so it is easier to find. It does lose some of that extra benefit there. But here on the bottom, we have the same cutouts. Again, extra large USB-C port and headphone jack, nice and snug for the microphone and the other one. For the speaker, your buttons all maintain their clickiness. Everything works perfectly on this one. So this here is the Fairmont, and the Fairmont is a plastic case. It's a hard plastic shell with a faux leather back as well as a soft interior. And this one here would be my second favorite case. It comes in both the black as well as burgundy. So we got this black color and we have a burgundy one like this, and the color for the faux leather as well as the plastic is pretty much the same as that right there. But this one also goes on. You just push it down in, and presto, it snaps right on. Now, one thing I do want to point out with this one is it doesn't have the protection on the buttons that you have on these ones, where these ones you have the buttons protected. This one leaves them unprotected and exposed. So when you're pushing the buttons, you're pushing the actual button instead of pushing on a piece of plastic or TPU that covers it. Here on the bottom, they did the same thing. It's just a large piece right here. So you have that nice wide open area. It does lose some of that protection that you get from some of the other cases, but the case itself will still provide a decent amount of protection, especially on the back. The front, it doesn't have the raised lip across the top, but it still has raised corners so that if you're resting that, it's going to be able to not rest directly on the screen. Here on the back, we do have that fingerprint sensor thing back. We have it nice wider on this side and nice and tight on that one. Nice and easy to find the fingerprint sensor. No issues there. So next we have the Parallax series, and this one is also goes for $14. It comes in the violet here. We have that violet trim as well as the black soft TPU. It comes in black as well as the burgundy. So we got this color, and the violet. So this case is technically a dual layer case. What that means is that there's the piece of hard plastic that is wrapped around the soft TPU. That does separate. However, I find that it doesn't really need to. Because of the curved edges on the Galaxy S8, there's really no need to do this. I'm going to do it just so I can show you guys. But if you were to want to, you can just slide this right on and off the device without any problem. So there you go. So you have the two different pieces. So you have the hard plastic shell, and then you have the soft plastic TPU. So what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to go ahead and you're supposed to put it in like this. Now, then what you do is you take this hard plastic piece, push it around on the corners, and bam, you're ready to go. Now this one is a nice one. This one will provide a really good amount of protection there. That extra hard plastic, it does give it some additional impact resistance because it hits the hard plastic and then it hits the soft TPU, so it will give you some extra protection there. It has the same thing here on the bottom that we did with the Legion and the Legion 2. So you got the nice large cutouts. The case is a little bit thicker than the Legion and Legion 2 and a little bit thicker than the Coastline. So you have a little bit more of a recess here down into the headphone jack and the charging port as well as the microphone and the headphone jack. The buttons, no issues using any of them. They are all responsive. They give you exactly what you expect. No issues with any of that. It's a very good case, and if I had to pick a third favorite, this one would be it. So here on the back we have a hexagon texture. I like that. It gives it a little bit of extra grip as well as just a fun texture to it so that you can hold that. And then here on the sides you have this crosshatch so that you can hold that. It does give you some additional gripping surface there as well. So last but not least, we have the Legion series. Now this one is also a two-piece plastic, and as I said earlier, you really don't need to take apart the two of them because these design of the Galaxy S8 has those curved edges. You can just pop it right in. Technically, you should go ahead and you should separate the hard plastic from the soft plastic before you do that, but I have not had any issues doing it. Now this one is the most expensive case. It goes for $15 on Amazon, and it's going to be the one that offers you the most protection here. It has the same thing as the Parallax series as far as the corners being the soft TPU and the hard plastic protecting everything. It's very deep here along the bottom. You have your fingerprint scanner, and we get that nice little groove here so that they're pretty close. They're a lot closer in size than they are on the Legion and the Legion 1. They don't have as much of a differentiator between the two sides, but it does have a couple of feet here. So on the bottom it has the feet, so that even when you're resting the case flat, it's not going to be resting flat on the hard surface of the case, so there's not going to be as many scratches on here. It's going to give you a little bit of extra protection. It also gives you extra protection on front because you have that raised lip here again, and the buttons, all extremely responsive. Everything about this case just screams protection, and it's going to take care of your device very well. So it comes in rose gold, it comes in violet, and then it comes in gunmetal. And gunmetal is really just the black with a little bit more gray. It's kind of like this frost gray right here. But these are all awesome cases. I like all of them quite a bit, and they're all awesome cases. Again, if I had to pick my three favorites, it would be the Vault 1, it would be the Fairmont, and then the Parallax, and maybe the Coastline. Those two are pretty close to a tie there. But all in all, they're awesome cases. I would highly recommend any of them. Want to tell Caseology thank you for sending them out. My device is going to be well protected for the life of the device. If you guys have any questions about any of these cases, please feel free to hit us up in the comment section down below. We'll answer the questions as we are available. And if you're looking for any of the cases, we'll have links to those down in the description as well. If this video has been helpful to you, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And as always, want to tell you thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support, and you all have an awesome day.